A 2008 Toyota Tacoma reached 1.6 million miles on the original engine and transmission, owned by a delivery driver from North Carolina whose entire maintenance strategy consisted of regular oil changes and timely part replacement, which turns out to be the complete formula for everything you are about to hear. Today, we are ranking the only 10 high-mileage trucks worth buying in 2026, with specific year ranges, exact engine codes, real longevity data from independent sources, and the honest caveat you need before spending money on any of them. 10 picks. Real data. Let's get into it. Number 10, 2019 to 2021 Ram 1500. The 2019 to 2021 Ram 1500 earns a place on this list in one very specific configuration only, and understanding that distinction is the entire value of this entry. Carvera documents the naturally aspirated 5.7-liter Hemi 8-cylinder at a projected lifespan of 260,000 miles with proper maintenance, and Monster Motors specifically identifies it as outstanding for durability and long-term towing applications that put sustained demand on the drivetrain. The coil spring rear suspension in this generation delivers a genuine ride quality advantage over the competing leaf spring setups in the Silverado and F-150, which represents a meaningful differentiator for buyers who accumulate high daily mileage on a working truck. The configuration caveat is critical for any buyer considering this platform, is that the base Hemi without the eTorque mild hybrid system carries a meaningfully cleaner complaint record on 2019 and 2020 examples, and the 2025 and newer Hurricane Inline 6 should be avoided entirely based on the early cycle failure documentation covered in previous videos on this channel. Number 9, 2011 to 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD Work Truck Online's longevity study places the Silverado 2500 HD above the overall truck segment average for reaching 250,000 miles, reflecting its engineering origins in commercial fleet applications with higher mechanical tolerances than anything in the half-ton lineup. The L96-6 0-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder is the gasoline engine to target specifically because it carries no active fuel management and no dynamic fuel management, making it a straightforward iron block, small block 8-cylinder with a long commercial track record that mechanics have been servicing without specialized equipment for decades. The LML Duramax diesel from 2011 to 2016 is compelling for buyers who need maximum towing capacity, but any example above 150,000 miles should have an eager cooler service budgeted at $1,500 to $2,500, and injector replacement history must be verified on any LB7 Duramax from 2001 to 2004. Number 8, 2017 to 2023 Honda Ridgeline. The Honda Ridgeline is one of the very few light-duty trucks to appear above the segment average in IC-Car's comprehensive longevity study, placing it alongside the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma as the only light-duty trucks to surpass the benchmark in their most recent analysis. The J35Y4 and J35Y63 5-liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder is the same engine family that Honda has refined across the Pilot, Passport, and Odyssey across millions of combined production units, meaning every engineering concern had been identified and resolved at enormous production scale long before a single example reached the Ridgeline's truck application. The unibody platform eliminates the separate frame that can rust and crack on body on frame alternatives, and multiple owners have documented 200,000 miles of ownership without major unscheduled mechanical intervention. RepairPal gives the Ridgeline a 4.0 out of 5.0 reliability rating with an annual repair cost of $502. And the honest limitation every buyer needs to understand is that the maximum tow rating of 5,000 pounds makes it unsuitable for anyone with heavy regular towing requirements. Number 7, 2011 to 2016 Ford F-250 Super Duty Work Truck Online places the F-250 Super Duty family above the overall truck segment average for reaching 250,000 miles, and fleet operators regularly document the 7-liter PowerStroke diesel, which arrived in 2011 and is consistently cited by diesel mechanics as one of the more durable heavy-duty power plants in the segment, crossing 300 to 400,000 miles in sustained commercial use. The 6.2-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder Boss engine is the straightforward alternative for buyers who prefer to avoid diesel exhaust fluid system maintenance. The year distinction every buyer must understand is that the 2008 to 2010 F250 used the 6.4-liter PowerStroke diesel, which generated documented intercooler and head gasket failures at rates that made it one of the most expensive diesel ownership experiences of the era, and that engine should be avoided entirely regardless of asking price or service history. Number 6, 2007 to 2013 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Trucking 42 documents the Silverado 1500 at approximately 18.8% probability of reaching 250,000 miles, which represents nearly 4 times the 4.8% all-vehicle average and places it firmly among the longest-lasting light-duty trucks in their comprehensive dataset. The LC95 3-liter 8-cylinder in the 2007 to 2013 generation carries a meaningfully better long-term complaint record than the post-2014 L83, which introduced more aggressive active fuel management cycling that generated the documented lifter failure patterns covered extensively on this channel. On any high-mileage example in the 120 to 180,000 mile range, an active fuel management disabler installed at purchase costs approximately $100 and eliminates the cylinder deactivation cycling that produces most of the documented long-term concerns with this engine family. We're moving into the top 5 now, and these are the truck's mechanics name without hesitation when asked which platforms they would personally trust at 150,000 miles. And number 1 carries the only documented real-world ownership ceiling of 1.6 million miles in the entire light-duty truck segment. Number 5, 2007 to 2021 Toyota Tundra IZ Cars documents the Toyota Tundra with a 30% probability of reaching 250,000 miles, a figure that represents more than 6 times the 4.8% all-vehicle average and places it at the top of the light-duty pickup longevity rankings in their comprehensive study. The 3UR-FE 5.7-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder produces 381 horsepower with no cylinder deactivation and no turbocharger, and CarBuzz specifically documents this engine enduring over 250,000 miles consistently, with owner accounts of 300,000 miles on the original drivetrain appearing across ownership communities with enough frequency to be statistically meaningful rather than anecdotal. The 2007 to 2013 production window represents the cleanest ownership period in this generation, as later years introduced additional electronic complexity without making any changes to the fundamental engine architecture that drives the platform's longevity reputation. Number 4, 2005 to 2023 Toyota Tacoma IC Cars places the Toyota Tacoma at a 25.3% probability of reaching 250,000 miles, making it the second highest ranked light-duty pickup in their longevity study, and the only mid-sized truck to appear anywhere near the top of any major longevity analysis currently published. CarBuzz describes the 1GR-FE 4.0-liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder as one of the most robust engines ever made, noting its continued global deployment in demanding conditions as the most credible possible proof of its durability. While the 2TR-FE 2.7-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder completed an 18 consecutive year production run without a fundamental redesign. Toyota's clearest possible engineering confidence statement. Frame rust inspection is an absolute requirement on any Tacoma from northern or coastal states, where Toyota issued extended warranty coverage and buyback programs to address documented underbody corrosion, while this concern is essentially non-existent in southern and southwestern markets. Number 3, 2003 to 2010 Ford F250 and F350 Super Duty. This entry carries the most important caveat on this entire list, and it needs to be stated directly before anything else. The 6-liter PowerStroke diesel in the 2003 to 2007 F250 and F350 should be avoided completely because its documented egger cooler failures, head gasket issues, and oil cooler problems made it one of the most expensive diesel ownership experiences in truck history, and no service history or asking price changes that fundamental risk. The reason we are naming it explicitly is that buyers shopping this generation of Super Duty will encounter both the gasoline and diesel configurations on the used market. And the difference between them is the difference between a capable long-term working truck and a vehicle with a well-documented path to catastrophic and expensive failure. The 5.4-liter Triton naturally aspirated 8-cylinder in the gasoline configuration is what belongs on this list, with fleet operators having documented these engines crossing well past 300,000 miles on consistent service intervals, and Work Truck Online placing the F350 family above the overall truck segment average for reaching 250,000 miles. Targeting 2007 and newer examples specifically gives buyers the 8-thread spark plug design that resolved the plug ejection problem documented on 2003 to 2006 production. Number 2, 2007 to 2021 Toyota Tundra, the 1UR V4. 6-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder is the same engine Toyota engineered for the Lexus GX 460 and Lexus LX platform, meaning its manufacturing tolerances and durability engineering were held to Lexus standards before being adapted for the Tundra application, producing documented longevity matching or exceeding the more popular 3UR V5. 7-liter, at a purchase price running $2,000 to $4,000 lower in most used markets because buyers default to the larger displacement without investigating whether that premium is justified by the ownership data. Owner accounts of 4.6-liter Tundras crossing 250,000 to 300,000 miles on the original drivetrain appear consistently across ownership communities. And because IC Cars tracks both engines under the same model designation, buyers are effectively accessing Lexus-spec engineering at a meaningful used market discount that the data does not support. Number 1, 2005 to 2023 Toyota Tacoma in 2024. A delivery driver from North Carolina made automotive news when his 2008 Toyota Tacoma reached 1.6 million miles on 2 engine replacements and 1 transmission, averaging 125,000 miles per year for over a decade on nothing beyond regular oil changes and timely wear item replacement, which is not an outlier story, but the expected outcome of attentive ownership on a correctly engineered platform. IC Cars confirms at the population level that the Tacoma has a 3% probability of reaching 250,000 miles against a 4.8% all-vehicle average, making it more than 5 times as likely to reach that milestone as the average vehicle on the road. Forum-verified owner accounts of Tacomas crossing 300,000 miles on the original engine exist in statistically significant volume, meaning these are expected outcomes rather than exceptional cases. CarBuzz calls the 2TR FE 2.7-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder the best Tacoma engine ever used, citing its 18-year production run from 2005 through 2023 without a fundamental redesign as Toyota's clearest engineering confidence statement. The annual repair cost is $429, and the probability of a severe repair in the first 10 years sits at just 10%, which is below the 12% industry average. What the mechanic's perspective adds that no reliability score can fully capture is that the Tacoma is the truck that comes in for oil changes, for brake pads, for tires on schedule, and for almost nothing else. Mechanics describe it as boringly reliable, and in every professional context where reliability is the actual goal, boring is the highest possible compliment that can be paid to any machine. Frame rust inspection is mandatory on any Tacoma from northern or coastal states before purchase, because this is the single most important pre-purchase evaluation item on this specific platform, regardless of any other mechanical condition assessment. While buyers in southern and southwestern markets will find this concern essentially irrelevant to their purchasing decision. Every truck on this list shares one characteristic that no marketing language can manufacture, and that's a proven naturally aspirated engine designed correctly from the beginning, refined across enormous production volume until every significant failure mode was resolved, and maintained by owners who treated scheduled service as a professional discipline. That combination of correct engineering, proven volume, and attentive ownership is the only formula that has ever produced a truck genuinely worth trusting at 150,000 miles, and every vehicle on this list delivers all 3. Subscribe for more content like this. Drop your truck engine and mileage in the comments and tell us where it stands right now. We read every one. See you in the next one.